A well-crafted RPG story, crunchy pet systems, and plenty of nostalgia. This is Digimon Story Time Stranger. I talk a lot about how I enjoy shorter games. Those nice little 10-hour titles that slide neatly between the larger time stealers that we get these days. You see, the thing is, though, that I also enjoy those larger games too. Shockingly, I enjoy most games. If you look from just the right angle, you can find something great in nearly every title. And no matter which angle you look at Digimon Story Time Strangers from, you can see something wonderful. If you saw our preview we put up a few weeks ago, this might not come as a surprise to you. After 3 hours with the game, we wanted to see more of the digital world and what Digimon Story Time Stranger had to offer. And now we've had it for a while, it's just been a blast to lose oneself in an RPG of this quality and caliber. Let's break this down. For those who are encountering this title for the first time, let's do a quick what, and then we'll jump right into the why. Digimon Story Time Stranger is a third-person JRPG creature collecting pet battler. It sees you trying to save both the real and digital worlds from a conflict that threatens to tear them asunder. You'll be running around Shinjuku and Akihabara and then the digital world of Illiad. You're going to battle Digimon, collect scan data to create new ones, and then fill out your roster. You're going to be digivolving all kinds of things into all kinds of other weirder and wonderfuler things. Simple. I've been fighting with trying to find the best analogy that I can to explain what it is exactly that I've been enjoying so much about Digimon Story Time Stranger outside of the nostalgia. And I think I have it. So bear with me on this one. Picture a DNA strand in your head. Double helix. Got it? Okay. Now imagine one of those strands is JRPG story and the other is Digimon mechanics. There's strong moments of JRPG going on, and then they intersect. And then there's also strong moments where you're just doing nothing but raising Digimon, and that's your life. Normally in a game like this, one of these things is the backing to the other. I can't think of the last pet battler that I played that had an engaging story that went beyond something as formulaic as, they're not tools, they're our friends. That's not to say that Digimon Story Time Stranger doesn't hit a few of the tropes you'd expect from a JRPG. It's just that if you could somehow untangle it from the Digimon stuff, a lot of the story would still hold up, or would be points that you would easily see used in another game. That's not to say it's perfect. The story in Digimon Story Time Stranger takes a while to get going. This is a game that does not rush for anyone. It took so long for the title screen to pop up many hours in that when it finally did, I laughed at it happening. If you're expecting this game to pick you up and drop you straight into the Digi world so you can hang out with your friends, then slam on those brakes. You need to do a good amount of story around Shinjuku before you get to roam around in Illiad. Going in, I expected a lot more hopping back and forth between the worlds, or even the freedom to flip between them as you choose. And that's not the case, as you're going to be flown between them following the story. You have the freedom to hit up side missions in the respective world, and just idle around collecting Digimon if you want to. But when it comes time to make that swap, for the most part it's a one-way trip for a while. The game is even kind enough to tell you, hey, you should wrap up your side missions before you go. It's going to be some time. There's something wonderful about going into these big high-stakes cutscenes, and then when the dust settles, you're surrounded by your goof troop of friends. It's the perfect absurdism. One moment talking about the fate of two worlds and the cosmic beings that maintain balance and existence, and then the next moment you're running around on top of a giant tree while wearing a dinosaur onesie. One of the only criticisms I carry for this game is that managing your ragtag bunch of misfits is a level of tedium that sometimes feels like a punishment. Everything is neatly laid out for you in separate menus. When you hit a certain point in the game, the best way to aim for the Digimon you're specifically hunting, or the remaining Digivolutions you're missing, is the Digifarm. Think of it like Digimon Daycare. You can store your Digimon here, they're going to level up as normal, and you can give them real-time duration training that's going to boost a stat, so then they'll meet those pesky requirements. You find the Digimon you want, you drop it into the farm, you choose the right training item, and off you go. Except, if you want to do that multiple times, let's say you're doing a group of Digimon, you'll need to go back out of the farm, access the Digivolution menu, check the requirements, close the menus, go back through the farm menus, and then drop them in. It's a fine system when you're talking about individuals, but scale it up and it rapidly declines into a tedious experience that can just make things crawl. I now fully understand why, when attending the preview event, we were warned that we could easily lose time in the farm. Honestly, regardless of how many menus it's split up into, I'll still take it though, because the relevant information is all in the game and available to you. And that's a step above needing to Google it and see if I have to turn my device upside down to make it evolve. Being honest, it's also a system you'll want to engage with, simply because, as has always been the case, there are some wonderfully stupid Digimon roaming around this game. The higher end Digimon are locked behind a lot of story and side missions, as you'll need to become a better agent first. Agent level is the gating system used here to prevent you just rushing all the way to, say, a puppet with a grudge. You'll earn agent points by completing main and side missions, and the rate at which you'll earn them makes it feel like side missions aren't really friendly requests. Combine this with the main story being stingy with points at times, and you'll be clawing at the screen just trying to get to your friends. Unless you're after Agumon. If you're after your boy Agumon, then you're set from the get. Digimon Story Time Stranger ends up being an incredibly competent RPG that also then benefits from the joy of being a Digimon game, balancing stupid and serious in a way that few manage to succeed at doing. This isn't a fast burn, and it's not a quick game. You'll be looking at around 40 hours depending on how long you spend with your Digipals. If you're here for the story, you're going to burn through it a bit quicker. This is a game that tries to slow you down at every point so you can enjoy yourself while you turn a Duplo dinosaur into the Hindenburg. Digimon Story Time Stranger brings you two worlds that you can lose yourself and the friends you want to go on a journey with inside. It's a wonderful RPG to spend your time in. There's lots of things going on with the side missions and with the card game that I barely even spoke about because it's just odd and here. But it's an easy way to, again, lose time, just like trying to juggle all of your Digimon friends. Even if the menus to access some of this game feel like you're fighting it as hard as you do some of the bosses, it's still a game that you could play just for the story alone. But if you do, you'll miss out on one of the best creature-capturing pet battles of the year because the Digimon aspect in this game is just second to none. Digimon Story Time Stranger feels like a game for fans, whether they've been here the whole time or are nostalgia-driven tourists just looking for a holiday.